In today's module, I want to talk about goals, affirmations, and personal development and why they are so important to being a coach and why they are part of our vital behaviors. So we move in the direction of our mind. We are on this journey because we want to better ourselves, whether it's physically or financially or emotionally, the way that we connect. There's something in us that we wanted to advance, which is why becoming a coach was inspiring to us, right? And so when you put your mind to a task, that's where you go. In the Bible, it says, seek and ye shall find, right? Whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. It may not be overnight, but if you are focused on something, you will find it eventually. When we put focus on something, we magnify it. So I always like to give this example of like literally a magnifying glass. It's a beautiful day here. It's 90 degrees outside. If I were to go outside and look at a piece of grass being directly hit by the sun, that piece of grass is not going to catch on fire. Like, the sun is so far away, even on a really hot day, that grass isn't just gonna like spontaneously combust. Now, if you take a magnifying glass or a piece of glass that can reflect the light, and you reflect the light just so that it is really focused on that single blade of grass, what it does is it magnifies the sun's heat 100 times. That is how taking sunlight through a magnifying glass onto a single thing can ignite a spark. I want you to think about that when you think about your goals. When you set your mind to something, you are basically putting a magnifying glass in front of your goal so that you can ignite a spark. And that's powerful. I mean, just thinking about that gets me so motivated to like go out and conquer the world. So that's why it's really important to every day remind yourself what direction you're headed in. What is your focus on? What do you need to magnify so that you can get that 100x benefit? Okay? So first, what we're going to talk about are goals. It's always really important to write it down on paper and put it in a place where, like I said, you can look at it every day. Make it a part of a ritual. Know where you're going. By writing it down, we tell our subconscious what to focus on. So it actually is also a great thing to do at night. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but you've got a challenge at work or in life, you just don't know how to solve it. And you think about it and you think about it and you think about it and you can't figure it out. And then you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to bed and hopefully tomorrow I'll have fresh perspective. And something happens in the middle of the night or the next morning, you wake up and you're like, eureka, I came to it. I just needed to let my mind rest. It wasn't actually that you needed to let your mind rest. It's that you needed to let your subconscious work through it. Our minds are so amazing and they work through problems in the background like you wouldn't believe. So when you write down a goal, you're basically telling your subconscious in the back of your head that that's the thing you want it to work on. So that while you're doing all the other things during the day, it's gonna focus on that. And remember I said, seek and ye shall find, right? So if you seek positive, you find positive. Seek and you shall find. When you are looking for something, suddenly things start popping up. Have you ever wanted a new car? So like I know when I was looking at cars, we were looking at a Mazda CX-9. And I was like, I don't feel like many people have this car. Like, I don't know. I don't see a ton of them on the road. Maybe that means something. Well, better believe I started seeing them everywhere. It's not that people didn't have them, it's that I wasn't looking for them. And until that make and that model was in my mind, I just didn't notice them. So the same is true for goals. If we don't know where we're going and what we're doing, we won't see the signs all around us that are pointing us to that goal. And then what we need to do is back then that goal up with an affirmation, right? Is if you set a goal and you don't believe that you can achieve it, you're gonna find all the excuses throughout the day that say that you can't do it. So let's break that down. We plan our day so that we know we control it, it doesn't control us. We have a goal. Let's say our goal is to lose 10 pounds. We'll make it easy, right? The goal is to lose 10 pounds. If you don't write down the goal and believe it and have a positive affirmation behind it, it's going to be really hard to get there. So let's just break that down, right? I want to lose 10 pounds. If I don't believe it, if I don't believe I can do it, if I say I want to lose 10 pounds, but I can't work out, I can't pass up carbs. Well, actually I can't pass up carbs, but I can't work out. I can't pass up tortilla chips. Then you're going to be thinking about tortilla chips all day. All you're going to want is nachos. All you're going to want is to go to a Mexican place because you've told yourself you can't pass it up, and so you might as well go eat it. And if you tell yourself you can't work out, you're gonna find all the reasons why you can't find the time to do it, or even once you do it, you're gonna be like, I'm so tired, I can't do this. If you say you can't, you can't. If you say, I wanna lose 10 pounds, it's gonna be hard, but I know I can get up in the morning, I can work out, or I can work out at lunch, or I can work out after my kids go to bed, and I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to eat things that fuel my body. I'm going to tell myself tortilla chips will still be there in 4 weeks when I hit my goal. Do you see how that's different? Do you see then how instead of that day thinking about tortilla chips and needing to go eat them right now, or instead of thinking, I'm going to work out after work, but I can't, I know I can't, I'm going to be so tired. Then after work, you're not going to do it. But if you say, I am going to do it, I can do it, it's going to be hard, but I'm going to set milestones that make sure I do it. I'm going to set my alarm, make sure I do it. I'm going to put my clothes out on the couch so that the minute I walk in the door, I see that I'm working out. I'm going to have a friend work out at 4 p.m. with me because there's no way in hell she's going to show up and I'm not going to be there. Tortilla chips will be there. I don't need to eat them today. I do want a taco. I can have it on cauliflower rice. It's different. You got to think positively. You have to tell yourself that you can so that then you find the ways to can. Don't can't so that you find the ways to can't. Okay? Let me just look at my notes. Josh Coates in his trainings, he says something really great, and I'm going to literally read it because I think that it's spot on. Our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to justify our fears. Our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to justify our fears. If you say you can't and you feel that you can't, you're gonna find examples throughout the day that support that you can't. But if you tell yourself that you can and that you are, you're gonna look for little signals and little things that prove to you that you were right. We always wanna be right. Humans wanna be right. No one wants to be wrong. So if you say that you can do something, you're gonna find ways to prove that you can. If you say that you can't, you're gonna find ways that prove that you can't. So I always like to do, I like to start with the fear and then turn it into the positive. So, if the fear is that you can't lose the 10 pounds, then turn that into the positive of I can do it because I am strong. And for 4 weeks, I can wake up and work out. I can eat healthy. I can do that. For me, a lot of the ones is that I have a fear of being judged. Again, humans don't want to be judged, right? And so I always have to have the daily affirmation of I'm a purpose-driven leader. Everything I do is to help other people. So how can I use my business degree and my career experience to help pave the way for other people? Did you see that flip-flop? Take a fear and turn it into something positive. What else did I want to say on this? Personal development. Okay, so this is why personal development is so important. We're not perfect. We all are working on ourselves while trying to help other people. I don't know about you, but I always struggle with like, oh, what motivational thing can I say, right? If we were all motivational speakers, we would be like Rachel Hollis and making $1 million. And even Rachel Hollis will tell you everything that she talks about, she was inspired by somebody else, right? The people who are really good at motivating other people are really good at being motivated by other people. So that is what I look at personal development as. I look at personal development as a way for me to work on improving something that I know the people who follow me also want to improve on. I can take in all that information and then give it back to them. This very module is based on learnings that I got through other people's trainings. I've taken them in, I've taken notes on them, I've decided what I want to pass on, and now I'm passing it on to you. That's why personal development is so amazing. It helps us work on ourselves, but it also fills our content calendars. It helps us build teams. It helps us motivate other people. It helps us post in social media. It helps. It helps me be a better mom. It helps me be a better leader at work. It helps me be a better coach. So absolutely read from another person's journey or learn from another person, distill it down to what matters to you, and impart that onto other people. Always be learning. Always have this like constant desire to learn something new and absorb it and keep your mind fresh. So this was the module on setting goals, backing them by positive affirmations and thinking that you can, and then doing personal development to continue to learn and continue to motivate the people who follow you. I hope it was helpful. Reach out if you have any questions.